Lights, camera, action.
और हार का जीतने वाले को बाजीगर कहते हैं।
रिश्ते में तो हम तुम्हारे बाप होते हैं, नाम है शहंशाह।
चाहे जिंदगी बड़ी होनी चाहिए, लंबी नहीं। हद करते हो।
Welcome back to India Unveiled. And in this episode, we're going to talk about Indian cinema. This episode will be covered in parts, and this is the part 1 of the history of Indian cinema. I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. The history of Indian cinema goes back to 19th century. In 1896, the very first films shot by the Lumiere brothers were shown in Mumbai, then Bombay. But history was actually created when Harish Chandra Sakharam Bhattavdekar, popularly known as Savedada, the still photographer, was so much influenced by the Lumiere brothers' production that he ordered a camera from England. His first film was shot at the Hanging Gardens in Mumbai, known as The Wrestlers. It was a simple recording of a wrestling match which was screened in 1899 and is considered as the first motion picture in the Indian film industry. Beginning of Bollywood. Father of Indian cinema, Dada Sahab Phalke, released the first ever full-length feature film, Raja Harish Chandra, in 1913. The silent film was a commercial success. Dada Saheb was not only the producer, but was also the director, writer, cameraman, editor, makeup artist, and art director. Raja Harish Chandra was the first ever Indian film which was screened in London in 1914. Though Indian cinema's first mogul, Dada Saheb Phalke supervised and managed the production of 23 films from 1913 to 1918. The initial growth of the Indian film industry was not fast as that of Hollywood. Numerous new production companies emerged in early 1920s. Films based on mythological and historical facts and episodes from Mahabharata and Ramayana dominated the 20s, but Indian audiences also welcomed Hollywood movies, especially the action films. The cinema of India, consisting of motion pictures made by the Indian film industry, has had a large effect on world cinema since the late 20th century. Indian cinema is made up of various film industries, including Bollywood, which makes motion pictures in the Hindi language and is one of the biggest film industries in the country. Major centers of film production across the country include Mumbai, Hyderabad, Chennai, Kolkata, Kochi, Bangalore, Bhubaneswar, Cuttack, and Guwahati. For a number of years, the Indian film industry has ranked first in the world in terms of annual film output. In 2022, Indian cinema earned 15,000 crore at the box office. Indian cinema is composed of multilingual and multi-ethnic film art. In 2022, Hindi cinema represented 33% of box office revenue, followed by Telugu representing 20%, Tamil representing 16%, Kannada representing 8%, and Malayalam representing 6%. Other prominent film industries are that of Bengali, Marathi, Odia, Punjabi, Gujarati, and Bhojpuri. As of 2022, the combined revenue of South Indian film industries have surpassed that of Mumbai-based Hindi language film industry, which is known as Bollywood. As of 2023, it has surpassed even further. As of now, Telugu cinema leads Indian cinema's box office revenue. Indian cinema is a global enterprise, and its films have attracted international attention and acclaim throughout South Asia. Since inception of Indian cinema in 1913, Hindi cinema enjoyed the position of top film industry. But in recent years, other industries started giving tough competition to it. Overseas Indians account for 12% revenue for the industry. Major film production houses in India are Arka Media Works, UV Creation Films, Askar Films, Ashirwad Cinemas, AGS Entertainment, Ajay Devgan Films, AVM Productions, Dharma Productions, Eros International, Geeta Arts, Hornbill Film, Laika Productions, Modern Theatres, Reliance Entertainment, Red Chillies Entertainment, Maitri Movie Makers, Salman Khan Films, Sun Pictures, Suresh Productions, UTV Motion Pictures, Yash Raj Films, and Z Enterprises. The list goes on, but the prominent one are these. As discussed, the history of cinema in India extends to the beginning of the film era, following the screening of the Lumiere and Robert Paul moving pictures in London in 1896. Commercial cinematography became a worldwide sensation, and these films were shown in Bombay, now Mumbai, that same year. Now, what's the term cinematography? Cinematography is the art of motion picture photography. Now, let's talk about the eras of cinema. The Silent Era, 1890s to 1920s. In 1897, a film presentation by filmmaker Professor Stevenson featured a stage show at Calcutta's Star Theatre. With Stevenson's camera and encouragement, Indian photographer Hira Lal Sen filmed scenes from that show, exhibited as The Flower of Persia in 1898. The Wrestlers, 1899 by H.S. Bhattavdekar, showing a wrestling match at the Hanging Gardens in Bombay, was the first film to be shot by an Indian and the first Indian documentary film. From 1913 to 1931, all the movies made in India were silent films, which had no sound and had intertitles. Now, what intertitles? Basically, in films, an intertitle is also known as the title card, is a piece of filmed or printed text edited into the midst of the photographed action at various points. Intertitles are used to convey character dialogues, as referred to as dialogue intertitles, and those used to provide related descriptive narrative materials. In 1913, Dada Saheb Phalke released Raja Harishchandra, 1913, in Bombay, the first film made in India. It was a silent film incorporating Marathi and English intertitles. It was premiered in Coronation Cinema in Gurgaon. Dada Saheb Phalke is originally Dhundi Raj Govind Phalke, an Indian producer, director, screenwriter known as the father of Indian cinema. Although some claim Shri Pundalik, 1912, of Dada Saheb Torn is first ever film made in India. Some film scholars have argued that Pundalik was not a true Indian film because it was simply a recording of a stage play filmed by a British cameraman, and it was processed in London. Raja Harishchandra of Phalke had a story based on Hindu Sanskrit legend of Harishchandra, a truthful king, and its success led many to consider him a pioneer of Indian cinema. Harishchandra is a legendary king of the Suryavansh, who appears in the several legends and texts such as the Aitareya Brahman, Mahabharat, the Markandeya Puran, and the Devi Bhagavad Puran. The most famous of these stories is one mentioned in the Markandeya Puran. Dada Saheb Phalke used an all-Indian crew including actors Anna Salunke and Didi Dabke. Anna Hari Salunke, also known as A. Salunke, and Anna Saheb Salunke, was an Indian actor who performed female roles in very early Indian cinema and also considered a cinematographer. He is credited as the first person to perform as a heroine in Indian cinema when he played the role of Rani Taramati of King Harishchandra in Dada Saheb Phalke's first full-length film, Raja Harishchandra. In 1917, Salunke became the first to play a double role in Indian cinema by playing the roles of both the hero and heroine in Lanka Dahan. Whereas Didi Dabke or Dattatreya Damodar Dabke was an actor in the first ever Indian full-length silent film, Raja Harishchandra, directed by Dada Saheb Phalke in 1913. He co-starred with Anna Salunke. He acted in 3 more movies, Satyavadi Raja Harishchandra, Lanka Dahan, Shri Krishna Janma, and later became a cinematographer, as well as a director. He directed the 1924 remake of Raja Harishchandra. Now coming to Raja Harishchandra, Dada Saheb Phalke directed, edited, processed the film himself. Dada Saheb Phalke saw the life of Christ, 1906, by the French director Elise Guy Blaché. While watching Jesus on the screen, Dadasaheb Phalke envisioned Hindu deities Ram and Krishna instead and decided to start in the business of moving pictures. The first Tamil and Malayalam films, also silent films, were Kichak Vadham 1917-18 by Rangaswamy Nataraj Mudaliar. He was an Indian film director, popularly known as the father of Tamil cinema. He was a pioneer in the production of silent films. Starting his career as an automobile spare part merchant, he started the Indian Film Company Limited in Madras. And the Malayalam film was Vigat Kumaran, an Indian silent film written, produced and directed by J.C. Daniel. He also played the role of hero in the movie. A social drama, Vigat Kumaran was the first Malayalam feature film, and J.C. Daniel is considered as the father of the Malayalam cinema industry. J.C. Daniel's name was Joseph Chellya Daniel, an Indian filmmaker who is considered as the father of Malayalam cinema. He was the first filmmaker from Kerala. The first chain of Indian cinemas, Madan Theatre, was owned by Parsi entrepreneur Jamshedji Framji Madan, who oversaw the production and distribution of films for the chain. Madan Theatre Company, also known as Madan Theatres Limited, in short, was a film production company founded by Jamshedji Framji and his partner Kanhaiya Lal Kaushik, one of the pioneers of Indian cinema. These included films adaptations from Bengal's popular literature and Satyavadi Raja Harishchandra 1917, a remake of Phalke's influential film. In South India, film pioneer Raghupati Venkaya, credited as the Telugu cinema's father, built the first cinemas in Madras, now Chennai, and a film studio was established in the city by Nataraj Mudaliar. Film steadily gained popularity across India as affordable entertainment for the masses. Admission as low as Anna, 1/16th of a rupee, in Bombay. Young producers began to incorporate elements of Indian social life and culture into cinema. Others brought new ideas from across the world. Global audiences and markets soon became aware of India's film industry. In 1927, the British government, to promote the market in India for British films over American ones, formed the Indian Cinematograph Inquiry Committee. The ICC consisted of 3 British and 3 Indians, led by T. Rangachari, a Madras lawyer. This committee failed to bolster the desired recommendations of supporting British film, instead recommending support for the fledgling Indian film industry, and their suggestions were set aside. The second era, sound era. The first sound film was Alamara, 1931, made by Ardeshir Irani. Ayodhya Charaja, 1932, was the first sound film of Marathi cinema. Irani also produced South India's first sound film, the Tamil-Telugu bilingual talking picture, Kalidas, 1931, directed by H.M. Reddy. Jumai Shashti was the first Bengali talkie. Chittur Naggaya was one of the first multilingual filmmakers in India. East India Film Company produced its first Telugu film, Savitri, 1933, directed by C. Pulaiya. Adapted from a stage play by Mailavaram Balabharati Samajam, the first film received an honorary diploma at the Second Venice International Film Festival. Jyoti Prasad Agarwal made his first film, Joymati, in 1935 in Assamese, and later made Indramalati in 1939. The first film studio in South India, Durga Cinetone, was built in 1936 by Nidamarti Surya in Rajamundry, Andhra Pradesh. The advent of sound to Indian cinema launched musicians such as Indra Sabha and Devi Devyani, marking the beginning of sound and dance in Indian films. By 1935, studios emerged in major cities such as Madras, Calcutta, and Bombay as filmmaking became an established industry, exemplified by the success of Devdas 1935. The first color film made in India was Kisan Kanya, 1937, by Moti B. Vishwamohini, 1940, was the first Indian film to depict the Indian movie-making world. The 1935 Devdas is a Bengali film directed by Pramathesh Barua and based on Sharat Chandra Chattopadhyay novel Devdas. It stars Barua himself as Devdas and Jamuna Barua as Parvati, Paro, and Chandrabati Devi as Chandramukhi. This was Barua's first of three-language version of this epic film named Devdas, the second being Hindi and the third in Assamese. The Bengali film was dubbed into Tamil and released in 1936. K.L. Sehgal sang two songs in Tamil for this film. Swami Kannu Vincent, who had built the first cinema of South India in Coimbatore, introduced the concept of tent cinema, in which a tent was erected on a stretch of open land to screen films. The first of its kind was in Madras and called Addison's Grand Cinema Megaphone. This was due to the fact that electric carbons were used for motion picture projectors. Bombay Talkies opened in 1934 and Prabhat Studios in Pune began production of Marathi films. So, Bombay Talkies was a movie studio founded in 1934. During its period of operation, Bombay Talkies produced 40 movies in Malad, which is a suburb of the Indian city, Bombay, now Mumbai. Opened in 1934 and Prabhat Studios in Pune began production of Marathi films. Sant Tukaram, 1936, was the first Indian film to be screened at an international film festival, at the 1937 edition of the Venice Film Festival. The film was judged one of the three best films of the year. However, while Indian filmmakers sought to tell important stories, the British Raj banned Rath, 1930, and Raitu Bidda, 1938, for broaching the subject of the Indian independence movement. The Indian masala film, a term used for mixed genre films that combine song, dance, romance, etc., arose following the Second World War. During the 1940s, cinema in South India accounted for nearly half of cinemas halls, and cinema came to be viewed as an instrument of cultural revival. The Indian People's Theatre Association, also known as IPTA, an art movement with a communist inclination, began to take shape through the 1940s and the 1950s. IPTA plays such as Naban, 1944, prepared the ground for realism in Indian cinema, exemplified by Khwaja Ahmad Abbas' Dharti Ke Lal, Children of Earth, in 1946. The IPTA movement continued to emphasize realism in films, Mother India, 1957, and Pyasa, 1957, among India's most recognizable cinematic productions. Following independence, the 1947 partition of India divided the nation's asset and a number of studios moved to Pakistan. Partition became an enduring film subject thereafter. The Indian government has established the film division by 1948, which eventually became one of the world's largest documentary film producers, with an annual production of over 200 short documentaries, each released in 18 languages with 9,000 prints for permanent film theaters across the country. Talking about the film Mother India and Pyasa. Mother India is a 1957 Indian epic drama film directed by Mehboob Khan and starring Nargis, Sunil Dutt, Rajendra Kumar and Raj Kumar. A remake of Khan's earlier film Aurat, 1940, is the story of poverty-stricken village woman named Radha, played by Nargis, who in the absence of her husband struggles to raise her sons and survive against a cunning money-lender amidst many troubles. Coming to Pyasa is a 1957 Indian Hindi drama film directed and produced by Guru Dutt, who stars alongside Mala Sinha, Wahida Rahman and Johnny Walker. Set in Calcutta, it focuses the disillusioned Urdu poet Vijay Dutt, whose works are underestimated by the publishers and panned for writing on social issues rather than romantic topics. The film follows his encounters with the golden-hearted prostitute, Gulabo, played by Wahida Rahman, and his former girlfriend, Meena Sinha. How the former helps him to get his poetry published, the success of his works, and his romantic relationship with Gulabo. By the way, the role of Vijay was initially offered to Dilip Kumar, which he declined owing to the impact of doing intense films on his health. Later, in an interview, he also said that he found the character of Vijay in Pyasa similar to that of Devdas and admitted Pyasa was one of the 3 movies he regretted turning down. Gurudutt later accepted the role himself, and the film went on to become one of the most commercially successful movies of the year. Pyasa is a classic and is considered one of the best films of Indian cinema. It was remade into the Telugu film Mallipuvu, 1978. The Golden Age. Late 1940s to 1960s. The period from late 1940s to the early 1960s is regarded by film historians as the golden age of Indian cinema. This period saw the emergence of the parallel cinema movement, which emphasized social realism, mainly led by Bengalis. Early examples include Dharti Ke Lal, 1946, directed by Khwaja Ahmad Abbas, Neecha Nagar, 1946, directed by Chetan Anand, Nagrik, 1952, directed by Ritvik Ghatak, and Do Bigha Zameen, 1953, directed by Bimal Roy, laying the foundations for the Indian neorealism. The Apu trilogy, 1955 to 1959, by Satyajit Ray, won prizes at several major international film festivals and firmly established the parallel cinema movement. The Apu trilogy comprises 3 Indian Bengali language drama films directed by Satyajit Ray: Patthar Panchali, Aparajito, and The World of Apu. The original music for the films were composed by Ravi Shankar. It was influential on world cinema and led to a rush of coming-of-age films in art house theatres. Now, what is coming-of-age films? In genre studies, a coming-of-age story is a genre of literature, theatre, film, and video game that focuses on the growth of a protagonist from childhood to adulthood, or coming of age. Coming of age stories tend to emphasize dialogue or internal monologue over action. Cinematographer Subhatra Mitra developed the technique of bounce lighting to recreate the effect of daylight on sets. Now, what's bounce lighting? In photography and cinematography, a reflector is an improvised or specialized reflective surface used to redirect light towards a given subject or a scene. During the second film of the trilogy, and later pioneered other effects such as photonegative flashbacks and X-ray digressions. Now, photonegative flashbacks are the black and white flashback scenes usually used in movies. You must have seen this. During the 1950s, Indian cinema reportedly became the world's second largest film industry, earning a gross annual income of 250 million rupees, equivalent to 26 billion or $330 million in 2024. The government created the Film Finance Corporation, FFC, in 1960 to provide financial support to filmmakers. While serving as Information and Broadcasting Minister of India in the 1960s, Indira Gandhi supported the production of offbeat cinema through the FFC. Commercial Hindi cinema began thriving, including acclaimed films Pyasa 1957 and Kagaz Ke Phool 1959 by Gurudutt, Awara 1951 and Shri 420, Shri 420 1955 by Raj Kapoor. These films expressed social themes mainly dealing with working class urban life in India. Awara presented Bombay as both a nightmare and a dream, while Pyasa critiqued the unreality of city life. epic film Mother India, 1957 by Mehboob Khan, was the first Indian film to be nominated for the US-based Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film and defined the conventions of Hindi cinema for decades. It spawned a new genre of dacoit films. Ganga Jamuna, 1961, was a dacoit crime drama by two brothers on opposite sides of law, a theme that became common in Indian films in the 1970s. Madhumati, 1958 by Bimal Roy, popularized the theme of reincarnation in Western popular culture. Reincarnation is regularly mentioned in feature films, books, and popular music. The similar concept of transmigration has been used frequently to the point of cliché in the sense of people switching bodies, in which the identity of the character is transferred to another actor's body. So, actor Dilip Kumar rose to fame in the 1950s and was the biggest Indian movie star of the time. He was a pioneer of method acting, predating Hollywood method actors such as Marlon Brando. Much like Brando's influence on new Hollywood actors. What is method acting now? Method acting, known as the method, is a range of rehearsal techniques as formulated by a number of different theatre practitioners that seeks to encourage sincere and expressive performance through identifying with, understanding, and experiencing a character's inner motivation and emotion. Kumar inspired Indian actors including Amitabh Bachchan, Nasiruddin Shah, Shah Rukh Khan, and Nawazuddin Siddiqui. Neecha Nagar, 1946, won the Palme d'Or at Cannes, and Indian films competed for the award most years in the 1950s and early 1960s. Satyajit Ray is regarded as one of the greatest auteurs of 20th century cinema. Auteur is an artist with distinctive approach, usually a film director whose filmmaking control is so unbounded and personal that the director is linked to the author of the film, thus manifesting the director's unique style and thematic focus. Along with his contemporaries Dutt and Ghatak, in 1992, the Sight and Sound critics poll ranked Ray at number 7 in its list of top 100 directors of all time. Multiple films from this era are included among the greatest films of all time in various critics and directors polls, including the Apu trilogy, Jal Sagar, Charulata, Aranyar Din Ratri, Pyasa, Kagas Ke Phool, Meghe Dhaka Tara, Komal Gandhar, Avara, Baiju Bavra, Mother India, Mughal-e-Azam, and Subarnarekha, also tied at number 11. Sivaji Ganesan became India's first actor to receive an international award when he won the Best Actor award at Afro-Asian Film Festival in 1960 and was awarded the title of Chevalier in the Legion of Honor by the French government in 1995. Tamil cinema is influenced by Dravidian politics, which prominent film personalities C.N. Annadurai, M.G. Ramchandran, M. Karunanidhi, and Jayalalitha becoming chief ministers of Tamil Nadu.
Cut. Perfect.
So now let's put a pause in this episode, because covering the whole history of Indian cinema will take so long. It's already around 28 minutes. I'll be covering this episode in various parts, and I'll also be covering this episode in Hindi. So please stay tuned for Hindi version too. So, did you like it? Did you gain a bit of knowledge from this episode? If yes, don't forget to share this episode with your loved ones and all the cinema people around you. I'm also a cinema person. I'm an actor, by the way. So, if you want to spread awareness, if you want to spread knowledge about Indian cinema, do share this episode. Do follow me on every platform you're listening to. Do follow indiaunveiled.podcast on Instagram. For more such Indian history and fact stuff, you can listen to more of my episode, available just in front of you. So I'll see you in the next episode real soon. Till then, take good care of your health. This is Rakesh signing off from India Unveiled. Thank you for listening.